Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, keeping politics aside, I want to start by asking a very genuine question. Has the opposition stooped to a shocking new low that they seem to be downplaying death chants against the Prime Minister of India by certain party workers? There was a rally organized by the Congress party to highlight the alleged vote chori and uphold constitutional values of the country. Now, this saw a below-the-belt attack on Prime Minister yet again. Multiple Congress workers were seen chanting slogans of Modi teri kabar, khudegi with the district president of the Jaipur Women's Congress, Manju Lata Meena, specifically chanting slogans at the rally. Mind you, top party leaders, including Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Mallikarjun Kharge were on stage at this event. Because even after the controversy and much anger, the district president of the Jaipur Women's Congress, Manju Lata Meena, who you just saw chanting those slogans, seems to be defending her stand. Listen in.
देखो, मेरा ऐसा कोई कारण नहीं था। कल मैंने बहुत चीजों के लिए बोला था मीडिया में, लेकिन मेरे उसी एक ही नारे को ज्यादातर उन्होंने कैप्चर करके तोड़ मोड़ करके उसमें ज्यादा दिखाया गया। क्योंकि मैंने ये कहना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि बीजेपी सरकार 2014 में जो अब नहीं सहेगी महंगाई की मार, अब की बार मोदी सरकार, तो 2014 से लेकर अब तक 12 साल हो गए बीजेपी की सरकार को, और बीजेपी की सरकार में महंगाई भी चरम सीमा पर है। न युवाओं की बात सुनी जा रही है, न किसानों की, न महिलाओं की। और आज आप देश में देख ही रहे हो, हम लोकतंत्र में संविधान की हत्या की जा रही है। जो एक वोट संविधान के द्वारा आम जनता का जो कीमती था, उसको भी चोरी करके बीजेपी सरकार अपनी सरकारें बना रही है।
Now, one would expect the Congress party to condemn such an act by their own workers, but they seem to be in the passing buck mood. Congress Member of Parliament Priyanka Gandhi Vadra distanced herself from the controversy, claiming to be unaware of this incident. Several Congress leaders also maintained that those raising slogans were not their party workers, but planted elements. They've also accused the central government of deliberately stalling the functioning of Parliament. Listen in.
हम लोग आपस में बात कर रहे थे कि किसने कहा ये सब, हमें तो मालूम ही नहीं है। हमें मंच पे तो बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं हुआ। फिर पता चला कि पब्लिक में किसी ने इंटरव्यू दिया, पब्लिक में कोई कह रहा है, कोई कार्यकर्ता है या कौन है, किसी को मालूम भी नहीं है कौन है, उनको खुद नहीं मालूम कौन है।
Such language is unpardonable and it's not a part of the Congress culture at all. Even if the BJP resorts to such language, in fact, the highest, topmost leader of the BJP, Narendra Modi, resorts to very obnoxious language. We don't subscribe to this language or this culture.
Who are the people who have raised the slogans? Not the Congress party leaders. Somebody from the other section must have come in, and these people, what we presume, what I presume, they must be the BJP supporters or the workers who have been sent there to disturb our rally.
Now, the BJP has called out Congress's hate politics. Leading the charge is Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju, who criticized opposition over sloganeering against PM Modi during the rally. Addressing the controversy, Rijiju demanded an unconditional apology and said, "What kind of mindset is this, which makes a public announcement about killing rivals? If some opposition leaders speak about killing the Prime Minister, it's really unfortunate." Reiterating the demand, several BJP leaders have also condemned hate politics and have sought an apology by Congress. Listen in.
कल कांग्रेस के रैली में प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कब्र खोदने के लिए बात कहा गया है। ये इस देश के लिए बहुत दुखद समय है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी ऐसा शब्दों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, और सारे कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरे का पूरे नेतृत्व उस रैली में मौजूद थे, और प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का कब्र खोदने के लिए इन्होंने नारा लगाया। मैं चाहता हूं कांग्रेस के नेतृत्व माफी मांगना चाहिए, इस सदन के माध्यम से देश से माफी मांगना चाहिए।
माफी मांगनी चाहिए, क्योंकि अगर अच्छा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं दुनिया के सामने लाएंगे, अच्छा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं दुनिया युवाओं के सामने लाएंगे, तो दुनिया में क्या इस समय तो एक खून खराबे का माहौल बनेगा। और इस तरीके से जो है, कोई भी किसी की भी पहले तो मारने की कामना करते हैं, इच्छा करते हैं, बाद में कोई हिम्मत भी कर सकता है इस तरह के काम की, क्योंकि आप इसको ओपन बना रहे हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी या जो भी बड़े नेता है, उनके ऊपर आपके विवाद हो सकते हैं, आपके मतभेद हो सकते हैं, लेकिन अनर्गल और अमर्यादित टिप्पणियां नहीं होनी चाहिए। इस तरह से गाली गलौज करके अपनी बात को रखना सरासर गलत है। आप सारी चीजों को मर्यादा में रह के करें, तब भी जनता में जा करके आपका कुछ विश्वास बनेगा। नहीं तो आप इसी तरह से आरोप लगाते रह जाएंगे और जनता लगातार आपको पीछे करती चली जाएगी।
And viewers, it's a huge embarrassment for Congress party as its own ally called out party workers for offensive language, saying that it's unacceptable. Viewers, you remember that this isn't the first time that Congress has targeted the Prime Minister with such a statement, which have often crossed the line in political discourse. The big question is the Congress party crossing the line with Modi hate time and again?
Shouldn't reciprocate what BJP started long back and what Prime Minister has been speaking about all opposition leaders. I believe firmly कि राजनीति में शब्दों की मर्यादा कायम रहनी चाहिए, एक दूसरे का परस्पर सम्मान होना चाहिए और खास तौर पर संवैधानिक प्रधानमंत्री से हमारे मतभेद हो सकते हैं, लाख शिकायतें हो सकती है, लेकिन मैं इस तरह के शब्द पक्ष का है विपक्ष उसका पक्षधर नहीं हूँ।
आपको लगता है there is a time and this is the right time when the top brass of the Congress should also tell their cadres and leaders not to speak in such a manner because this is
great face of media. When the Prime Minister should tell his cadre, when Amit Shah ji should tell his cadre, I mean, just there in the powers of they got license, they can speak anything and go scot free, right? हमें शब्दों की मर्यादा रखनी चाहिए, राजनीति को निचले स्तर तक नहीं ले जाना चाहिए।
All right, BJP has filed a criminal complaint regarding the inciting, threatening and anti-national slogans raised against Prime Minister of India at a Congress party rally held on 14 December 2025 at Rallies Maidan. BJP is demanding an investigation into the criminal conspiracy. That's the breaking update coming in. BJP now filing an official complaint, a criminal complaint against the anti-national inciting slogans against Prime Minister of India at the Congress party's rally held on 14 December, just yesterday, at the Rallies Maidan. So that's the latest update coming in. In fact, as far as BJP filing a criminal conspiracy is concerned, let's quickly take this across to our guest now. All right, with us is Charu Pragya, spokesperson of BJP. We also have Nikhil Chandwani, author. We have Imran Ahmed Ali, lawyer and political analyst, joining us. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, political analyst, is with us. Dr. Akashdeep Muni, is this really acceptable? Modi teri kabar khudegi. There are several leaders who say we didn't know what happened. There are some who are saying that no Congress person has said it. The identity of that person is very well identified as a Mahila Congress member of Rajasthan. Why deny it when the person who actually chanted those slogans and is seen in the video is themselves confirming it?
See, Madhavji, highly objectionable statement cannot be accepted. I condemn it strongly. I think the Congress should take action against this particular Karyakarta. But the statement is like many of the BJP Karyakarta's statement on Sonia ji. Remember Jersey cow? Remember the 50 crore girlfriend? Congress ki vidwa. Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself said it in 2024 elections. Kalmukhi, dirty widow, said by Hukum Singh, MP. Italian dancer, Surendra Singh, BJP MLA. Even BJP MP Ramesh Biduri.
They are not in good taste. I will admit. One second. Let me just save some time for our viewers. All those statements are in very poor taste. I completely, and you can ask BJP. We'll put that question to Charu Pragya in a few minutes. But tell me, when you're, one second, Akashdeep Muni, just hold your horses. 1 second, listen to my question. What am I asking you? I am asking you that when you make a certain statement that teri kabar khudegi for the Prime Minister of this country, you're actually inciting people is what the BJP is saying, and they filed a criminal complaint to that effect now.
See, the law enforcement agencies will take its own course. They'll act, of course, and they should act. But have BJP said sorry for Ramesh Biduri's comment? Have BJP said sorry for Surendra Singh's comment? Hukum Singh's comment? No, they have not. They have not said sorry. Ramesh Biduri ने तो पूरे पार्लियामेंट में ये गंदी बातें की थी, जो गालियां दी थी, आप अपने टीवी पे नहीं चला सकते. I want to ask BJP, which minister has said देश के गद्दारों को गोरली मारो डैश को? कौन से यूनियन मिनिस्टर ने पब्लिकली ये बोला था? आज बीजेपी के स्पोक्सपर्सन बताए और फिर बोले कि क्या एक्शन उनके खिलाफ लिया गया?
Language used by BJP leaders has been equally reprehensible is the argument coming up from Akashdeep Muni, and his point is, what action have you taken against those who have used this kind of language? Charu Pragya.
Madhav, what a feeble argument picked up by the opposition, isn't it? And जिन नेता का आप नाम ले रहे हैं, नाम मैं ले देती हूँ. अनुराग ठाकुर जी ने ये स्लोगन कहा था और उन्होंने गद्दार कहा था. तो आप गद्दारों को डिफेंड करना चाह रहे हो? Something's really wrong with your psyche. Anyway, let's move on and let's come back to the debate at hand. Every single time the discussion in return of a question cannot be a list of गालियां, क्योंकि वो मैं भी पढ़ के सुना सकती हूँ माधव, मैं भी बता सकती हूँ कैसे विपक्ष ने मोदी जी को मौत का सौदागर, नीच, गंदी नाली का कीड़ा, भस्मासुर, न जाने क्या क्या कहा था। मोदी तेरी खबर खुदेगी पे पहली बार नहीं कहा है। That has also happened before. We have defended it before. We have discussed it before, and I have made my point of view extremely clear. The point here is not the sloganeering that the Congress is doing. That is terrible enough as it is. The point is their defense of it, their blatant defense of it, turning a blind eye towards it. And why wouldn't they do that? When the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi stands on stage and uses language like "Hey Modi," two, for a person who's senior in age, who's the prime minister of your country, and nobody says anything, obviously to impress him, his party cadre is going to use this kind of language. Tell me, what is that slogan, Modi teri kabar khudegi? Iska matlab kya hota hai? It is not criticism, it is not satire, it is not political rhetoric, it's a violent metaphor. It is talking about violence openly and then defending it time and time again, and they have done it multiple times in the past. वो तो सनातन भी eradicate करने चले थे ना, ये और इनके साथी। Most recently इनके दूसरे साथी ने पार्लियामेंट में जिहाद शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया था, इसको भी इन लोगों ने आके डिफेंड किया था। तो इनका जो ये लॉन्ग स्टैंडिंग पैटर्न ऑफ इंटिमिडेशन है, that needs to stop, because it is not just about pointing fingers at our prime minister. In that very same rally, Priyanka Gandhi got slogans raised against 3 senior officers of the election commission.
I'll come to that point. Let's go point by point, please. And I want to bring in Imran Ahmed Ali on this. Imran, the point, one second, Charu. The point very simply being made by the BJP is this, that they may have been, all sorts of, crossing the line when it comes to abusing each other, using unparliamentary language. That's one debate. But what you're doing here is wishing death to the Prime Minister of the country. And that is certainly not something that can be acceptable in any civilized society. And it doesn't matter whose party has the Prime Minister's seat at that point of time. Even if the Congress party is tomorrow ruling, would it be acceptable if any of your rivals said that to the Prime Minister of the country?
Okay, absolutely wrong. Absolutely incorrect statement. However, there is only one thing I wish to say. When Karnataka comes up with a hate speech, hate offences bill, wishing to turn it into an act, you oppose it by calling it is a curtailment to freedom of speech. There is an emergency-like situation. Tell me one thing. Both my predecessors, although Charu came ahead and said that he is trying to justify one wrong with the other, however, she did the same. I am not going to make that effort. I am not going to say that I am anti-anybody, I am pro-anybody. I only say one thing. If there is hate speech by anybody, irrespective of the party, irrespective of who it is, leader, not leader, it is incorrect and it has to be dealt with. However, we need to self-internalize and look inwards also. I'm talking about Anurag Thakur, I'm talking about T. Raja, I'm talking about the Giriraj Singh. There are multiple occasions, and this is, I agree, it's across the board, it is cross parties, it is for everybody. But why do you oppose the bill? Rather, I would have felt that the BJP being in the center, you come about a central law with this and you say that hate speech, irrespective of where in the country, incorrect. And the only difference here is, here this speech, this sloganeering was not from a person on the stage. The instances I talked about were instances from the stage. Now this will always be a difference. And if you have the ability, today say hate speech, irrespective of party, everybody's wrong. Say it.
No, but the answer is not the Karnataka bill. I'm very sorry, Imran Ahmed Ali. That has been criticized roundly as being extremely draconian and authoritarian. I have no problem if there is a hate speech bill which is evolved with consensus. But the simple point is, the opposition to the Karnataka hate speech bill is that it's taking things to the other extreme and curtailing free speech, which is not acceptable, which is not what bills are for. And who's going to define this? What is hate speech?
One second. How do you... Okay, exactly. Hate speech... So a law does not come with a discussion on a TV panel. There is a proper definition of what hate speech is. And hate speech in this instance, would include hate speech. Hate speech would also include the statements that I talked about previously. Desh ke gaddaron ko, goli maro, dash ko. This would also be hate speech. So if you speak against it in totality. And
the point is, sir, that bill doesn't define what is hatred. The bill is a sweeping swath of situations that it has under it. But let me bring in Nikhil. Let me bring in Nikhil Chandwani on it. Nikhil Chandwani, the solution is the Karnataka hate speech bill. If you all agree and we pass that bill, we will not see this kind of hate speech in society. Please respond to Imran Ahmed Ali.
Sir, today I don't want to talk about future. I don't want to talk about the past. I don't want to talk about bills that will put an end to freedom of speech. I want to talk about present right now. India does not need an opposition that hates majority voters, hates their faith, and hates their mandate. India needs an opposition with ideas. We don't need opposition with threats, not graveyard slogans, not civilizational hostility, because when a Congress leadership from Jaipur stands on a public forum and chants slogan about our Prime Minister dying, about his grave being dug, this is not dissent, this is not protest, this is criminal thinking being normalized as politics. And let us be extremely clear tonight, Narendra Modi is not just a political rival for Congress. He is a symbol of India's civilizational confidence, democratic mandate, and a leadership that has shattered the dynastic ecosystem. And that is exactly why the hatred is so unholy. In a country that has seen prime ministers being assassinated, that has seen decades of terror and political violence, chanting death slogans against a sitting prime minister is not just irresponsible, it is absolutely dangerous. Words like these fuel radicals, legitimize extremism, and poison public discourse. And what has Congress done since then? There's no apology, there's no accountability, no expulsion. Instead, you are just seeing silence, justification, and everybody I see are spinning the debate by talking about the past and the future. Your silence is making you an accomplice to hate politics. India will argue. I will debate against the BJP whenever BJP is wrong somewhere, and we'll disagree fiercely. But India will not accept graveyard politics. I won't accept graveyard politics, not threat culture or civilizational contempt. And I want to end this by saying just one line. Can I speak in Hindi? एक लाइन में बोलना चाहता हूँ. किसी के हाथ में इतना दम नहीं है कि वो मोदी जी की कबर खोद दे. किसी के हाथ में इतना दम नहीं है.
No, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but the simple point is this. Akash Muni, where is this lesson not being learned? It's not the first time this kabar khudegi dialogue has been heard or slogan has been heard at some event of an opposition party leader. Why then are we repeatedly seeing this happen? Is there some deliberate intent?
See, I'll again say this has been a stray incident and it should be dealt very strongly. Because
so when it happens twice, you can't call it a stray incident, please.
No.
If it happens once, I agree with you. If it happened once, you can call it a stray incident. But certainly not if it's repeated.
I agree with you, Madhavji, that this statement should be dealt strongly because Prime Minister Modi is the Prime Minister of all of the country, 140 crore people. So this statement should be dealt strongly. But my point is that this statement has been made day before yesterday, and they should have raised that day. Why raise it today in the parliament in the question hour session when since December 4, opposition is requesting for a debate on pollution instead of advancing the BJP agreed on pollution debate today. BJP members immediately raised the slogan controversy today. And Rahul Gandhi even said, and when Manikaram ji also raised an adjournment motion today for discussion on pollution, but it was disregarded. Why? Pollution. You people live in Delhi. Why did you?
Very serious issue, sir. We have debated it on the channel as well. No one's running away from the issue of pollution. Certainly, if you ask me about one issue of governance failure, I will very openly say it's a complete failure. At the state, at the central level, at the MCD level, at every level, it's a failure. We have the worst AQI of the month of December in the last 8 years being repeated, on the 14th. And that's not something that is an achievement for any government. But be that as it may, I want to ask Charu Pragya at the end of the day. The point being made over here by many others, and I mean the repeated point, of course, that they have made is that BJP also needs to introspect about the kind of language that has been used by its leaders. Charu Pragya.
Yes, absolutely, Madhav. And we are not going to defend wrong language ever. We have never done that in the past and we will not do it in the future. See, the situation here is there is an entire army of people who are using similar language. And as you rightly said, and I also pointed that out, last time the slogan of Modi teri kabar khudegi was raised on the tarmac, and it was raised by very senior leaders of the Congress party. And for today, for Priyanka Gandhi to pretend she doesn't know what happened, she absolutely did, because most of them were the ones who were raising this slogan last time, and that also shows the relevance of the Congress party, because where are the takers for this kind of a narrative today? Rahul Gandhi proudly has lost 98 elections now, so there are no takers. And I just want to point out a difference between Congress rallies today and BJP rallies. What are the slogans raised at Congress rallies? Chokidar chor hai, Congress for Muslims, vote chor, gati chor, Pakistan zindabad even. In BJP rallies, the slogans that we raise are Jai Shri Ram. We say Bharat Mata ki Jai. We say Vande Mataram. And that core of us as political parties, that is the difference between good governance and appeasement. Congress needs to stop all this.
All right, we'll have to leave it there for the moment. Charu Pragya, Nikhil Chadwani, Imran Ahmed Ali and Dr. Akashdeep Muni.